Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Forex Live. November 1st. 7:15 America, New York. Central banks will have to come up big this week. The market has been bullying central banks again as of late, so will policymakers fight back this time around? The key ones to look out for this week are the RBA, Fed, and BOE meetings.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 1st. 7:03 America, New York. An economy out of season. The pandemic has made a muddle of the economy's usual seasonal swings, making it even harder to interpret what is going on.
Global economy. November 1st. 7 o'clock America, New York. Don't write Biden off yet. There are 3 reasons why those who still hold out hope for this presidency should not despair.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 1st. 7 o'clock America, New York. Digital currency group wants to be crypto Standard Oil. The cryptocurrency conglomerate that owns Grayscale and CoinDesk sells $700 million of shares at a $10 billion valuation in a funding round led by 2 SoftBank funds.
Daily FX Market News. November 1st. 6:30 America, New York. Euro USD vulnerable to renewed USD volatility as FOMC decision nears. Euro USD has given back all on last Thursday's sharp gains and now looks trapped below 1.1600 ahead of the Fed policy meeting this Wednesday.
The Library of Economics and Liberty. November 1st. 6:30 America, New York. Jennifer Frey on education, philosophy, and the university. Philosopher Jennifer Frey of the University of South Carolina talks about the state of the university in American education. Frey urges a stronger focus on virtue and human flourishing and a reduced focus on career preparation.
Naked Capitalism. November 1st. 6:25 America, New York. The Supreme Court could destroy the planet. Review of EPA power triggers alarm. This is the equivalent of an earthquake around the country for those who care deeply about the climate issue.
Global economy. November 1st. 6:05 America, New York. UK warns France it will not roll over in dispute over fishing rights. Paris has threatened to disrupt trade from Britain from Tuesday unless a deal is reached.
Forex Live. November 1st. 6:01 America, New York. Oil creeps higher to start the new week. WTI trades back up to above $84 on the day. The $85 mark still poses a modest resistance point on the daily chart, but the fundamentals continue to look solid for oil as we look towards next year.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 1st. 5:58 America, New York. Chinese developer Yango Group proposes bond swap to avoid imminent default. The company asked international investors to swap $747 million of dollar debt for new bonds, blaming a shutdown of its usual financing channels for the cash crunch.
Naked Capitalism. November 1st. 5:52 America, New York. Why the U.S. supply chain crisis is intractable and will get worse. The U.S. supply chain problem will only get worse in the absence of aggressive federal action. And we know how likely that is.
Forex Live. November 1st. 5:38 America, New York. UK October final manufacturing PMI 57.8 versus 57.7 prelim. Latest data released by Market the 1st of November 2021. The preliminary report can be found. A minor change to the initial estimate as the final reading reaffirms that supply constraints weighing on manufacturing output, easing to the slowest pace in 8 months.
Armstrong Economics. November 1st. 5:36 America, New York. The American share market for the WEC, US, Canada, Brazil, Mexico. The American share markets will be ready for download for conference attendees tomorrow. Covering US, Canada, Brazil, Mexico. The post the American share market for the WEC, US, Canada, Brazil, Mexico first appeared on Armstrong Economics.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 1st. 5:30 America, New York. New fund targets stranded unicorns. MBM Capital is raising funds to buy venture stage companies with real revenue and products but struggling to raise additional capital.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. November 1st. 5:30 America, New York. Central banks fuel new bets on tighter money as inflation rises globally. Stubbornly high inflation across more wealthy economies last week prompted a shakeout in bond markets as investors began expecting policymakers to quickly tighten monetary policy.
Forex Live. November 1st. 5:23 America, New York. The bond market is still the spot to watch in trading this week. The bond market signal remains key for the outlook going into year-end, but as Adam pointed out last week, which one exactly matters a lot, and we'll only get better clarity of that in the aftermath of this week following a host of key central bank meetings featuring the RBA, Fed, and BOE. Forex Live. November 1st. 5:03 America New York. SNB total sight deposits W.E. The 29th of October 717.1 billion Swiss francs versus 715.3 billion Swiss francs prior. Latest data released by the SNB the 1st of November 2021, prior week's release, can be found. A modest increase in overall sight deposits, which could suggest the SNB stepping in a little to manage the franc as EUR/CHF fell below 1.0600 on Friday for the first time since May last year.
New York Times Business. November 1st. 5 o'clock America New York. Why? American crime story. Impeachment won't stream until next year. There was a lot of advance hype for the FX series, American Crime Story, Impeachment. But it won't be available on any major streaming platform for another 10 months, and that's a problem in 2021.
Daily FX Market News. November 1st. 5 o'clock America New York. GBP, USD under pressure as USD outperforms, Fed, BOE and Brexit loom. GBP, USD testing support as the US dollar perks up ahead of the Fed meeting.
New York Times Business. November 1st. 5 o'clock America New York. Can supersonic air travel fly again? The key to its revival may be a breakthrough in creating a quieter sonic boom. The challenges, though, are significant. New York Times Business. November 1st. 5 o'clock America New York. Melbourne businesses open up again after Hurricane Ida. Following the devastation wrought by Hurricane Ida in Melbourne, NJ, small business owners are facing an uncertain future, even as the community rallies to help. Wendy Masson, a resident of Melbourne, NJ, wearing a mud-damaged dress from a local store during a Mudball fundraiser.
Wall Street Journal Markets. November 1st. 4:51 America New York. Stock futures rise ahead of fresh earnings. U.S. stock futures edged higher to start the month as investors awaited fresh earnings and clarity on the Fed's interest rate plans.